Look, Saints fans, we need to talk right now because something absolutely massive just shifted in the NFL landscape, and it has our name written all over it. I am sitting here honestly shaking because this is the kind of move that doesn't just change a season, it changes the entire identity of a franchise for years to come. We have been waiting for that one aggressive move to push us back into true contention, and the stars are finally aligning in a way that seems almost too good to be true. This isn't just another rumor. This is a legitimate opportunity to land a generational talent who is practically begging for a fresh start. You need to stay tuned for every single second of this. Dexter Lawrence is officially at a breaking point with the New York Giants, and the news just dropped that he has formally requested a trade after contract negotiations turned completely sour. This is huge for us because New Orleans is being heavily linked as the prime destination to land this all-pro defensive tackle, who is arguably the most dominant force in the middle of the line right now. According to reports from Adam Schefter, Lawrence is so serious about this exit that he is prepared to skip training camp entirely because he is tired of the back and forth after 2 long years of waiting for his respect. The proposed deal being discussed for the Saints involves us sending over 2nd and 5th round picks in the 2026 draft, which honestly feels like a total steal for a player of his caliber. Imagine him anchoring our defensive line and making life impossible for every quarterback in the NFC South. He is a mountain of a man who demands a double team on every single snap, and if we pull this off, our defense instantly jumps into the top tier of the league. We are talking about a guy who makes everyone around him better just by stepping on the grass. The Giants are clearly in a corner here because they cannot afford the distraction of a superstar holdout, and that gives us all the leverage in the world to make this blockbuster move happen. But while getting a veteran like Lawrence is a dream scenario, this move is actually about much more than just a defensive upgrade because it has a direct, massive impact on how we develop our youngest prospects. It's a total shift in philosophy that changes the way we look at our quarterback situation and our offensive weapons moving forward, because it creates a safety net we haven't had in years. If you think this is just about stopping the run, you are missing the biggest part of the story, which involves our future under center and how we protect our investment in the next generation of Saints stars, because this trade actually unlocks a secret weapon for us. Before we dive into how this helps our young stars, hit that subscribe button right now. We are tracking this Dexter Lawrence situation every hour. Like the video if you want this trade to happen today. Now, let's talk about the massive impact this has on our offense. Tyler Shough is the name you really need to keep in mind when analyzing why the Saints are so desperate to land a veteran like Lawrence right now. See, the logic here is that by building a truly elite, shutdown defense, we are creating the perfect environment for a guy like Shough to actually succeed without having to carry the entire world on his shoulders every Sunday. If Dexter Lawrence is obliterating pockets and giving our offense short fields, it takes all that suffocating pressure off the quarterback position and allows our developmental guys to grow at their own pace. This is a strategic play by the front office to ensure that our young talent doesn't get burnt out or forced into bad decisions because they are constantly trailing in games. We are also looking at how this supports Kellen Moore's system, because having a dominant defense means more possessions and more creative freedom for the offensive play calling. But there is another layer to this because by using 2026 picks for Lawrence, we are actually keeping our most valuable current assets to go after even more explosive talent. This move is specifically designed to keep our options open for a guy like Carnell Tate in the draft, which would give us a terrifying combination of elite defense and young, blazing speed on the outside. It's a masterclass in roster construction if they can pull it off. You have to understand that the Saints aren't just looking at 2024 or 2025. They are trying to build a sustained window of winning where the defense is the foundation. Tyler Shough gets a much better chance at becoming the guy if he knows he has the best defensive tackle in football protecting his leads. The ripple effect here is insane because it changes how our divisional rivals have to prepare for us. They can't just focus on our passing game anymore because they'll be too busy worrying about how to survive against a defensive line that features an all-pro monster in the middle. This is where the tension builds because the Giants are notoriously difficult to deal with, and they might try to drive the price up at the last second. But Lawrence has made it clear he wants out now. We are witnessing a high-stakes poker game, where the Saints are holding a very strong hand, and the payoff could be the most exciting New Orleans team we have seen in a decade. If this deal goes through, everything we thought we knew about the NFC South hierarchy is going to be thrown out the window. The context of this trade request is what makes it so urgent for the New Orleans Saints to act immediately. Dexter Lawrence has been the heart and soul of that Giants defense, and the fact that they let it get to the point of a formal trade request shows a massive level of dysfunction in New York that we can exploit. We are talking about a player who is in his physical prime and has stayed remarkably healthy while producing at an elite level. For the Saints, this isn't just a personnel upgrade, it's a statement of intent. For years, we've been told that we're in salary cap hell or that we need to rebuild, but trading for Lawrence would prove that the Saints are still the big dogs in the room who aren't afraid to go get the best players on the planet. The impact on the locker room would be instant. When you bring in a guy like that, every other player on the defense stands a little taller. Our edge rushers are going to see their sack numbers skyrocket because Lawrence is going to be eating up 2 and sometimes 3 blockers in the middle. Our secondary is going to look like ball hawks because quarterbacks will be forced to rush their throws with a 340-pound man in their face in less than 2 seconds. The future of this team hinges on these types of bold moves. If we sit back and play it safe, we're just settling for mediocrity. And that's not what the Who Dat Nation is about. We want championships, and you don't win championships without dominant interior line play. Think about the greatest Saints teams in history. They always had that toughness in the trenches. By securing Lawrence now, we are essentially fast-tracking our return to the playoffs. It's a move that balances the present and the future perfectly because it helps our young quarterback while giving our veteran leaders one more real shot at a ring. The fan base is already buzzing, and the pressure is mounting on the front office to close this deal before another contender like the Lions or the Ravens jumps in and tries to outbid us. This is our moment to strike while the iron is hot and bring a truly special talent to the Superdome. In the end, this trade for Dexter Lawrence represents so much more than just a transaction on a spreadsheet. It represents the hope and the fighting spirit of New Orleans football. We have seen this team go through ups and downs, but landing an all-pro like this would be a clear signal to the rest of the league that the Saints are not going anywhere. It's about building a culture where we don't just hope to win, we expect to dominate. If we can get this done, the foundation for the next great era of Saints football is officially laid. It gives our young players like Tyler Show the room to breathe, and it gives our fans something to truly believe in again. This is the kind of move that defines a general manager's legacy and sets the tone for an entire decade. We are at a crossroads right now, and the path forward is clear. Go get the big man from New York and let him lead this defense to glory. The meaning of this for the city would be incredible. Seeing a superstar in his prime choose to wear the black and gold and fight for our colors. It's about pride, it's about power, and it's about finally taking what belongs to us in the NFC. So, I want to hear from you right now in the comments. Do you think a 2nd and a 5th round pick is a fair price for the best defensive tackle in the game, or should we be willing to give up even more to make sure he doesn't go anywhere else? Tell me your thoughts because I'm reading every single one of them. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the moment this trade becomes official. We are on the verge of something historic here, and I am so glad you are on this journey with me. This is our time, New Orleans. Let's make it happen. The NFC is wide open, and with Dexter Lawrence in the middle, nobody is going to want to see the Saints on their schedule. Keep the faith, stay loud, and as always, Who Dat for life.